Would Wii U have been successful with Super Mario Maker, Smash Brothers, or Mario Kart as a launch title?
Um, I definitely think it would have moved more units with something big along those lines at launch. Especially if you want to just dream, if you had Super Mario Maker, Smash Brothers, and Mario Kart as launch titles, yeah, it certainly would have moved a lot more units. Nintendo does have an issue, and they have for quite some time now, with having a launch lineup that entices people. The same thing happened with the 3DS, to the point where they had to slash the price of the system to get it into people's hands and give away a boatload of free games to placate the people who bought it early on. But the issue is Nintendo is obsessed with quality. Their products, their games are generally synonymous with it, especially their big name games, especially things like Super Mario, Smash Brothers, and Mario Kart. When a system is in its infancy, when it's launched, yes, they've had dev kits for a while and they can work with it, but they're not able to necessarily put out the most polished product. And I think that's something that people often forget when they wonder, well, why didn't you just put Smash out with the system when it came out? It would have moved units. Yeah, but it probably would not have been nearly as polished or as near perfect of a game as it is now. Same thing with Mario Kart. They need those games to come out in the middle of the system's lifespan when they've really perfected the polish on their product.
The marketing was abysmal for the Wii U.
Sure.
I think there was maybe one set of commercials I saw for like a 2-3 week period, like around that like November of 2012, around Thanksgiving. So I think they already shot themselves in the foot, which we know with the bad name.
Yes.
By calling it the Wii U. But people were like, what is this, a Wii extension? Even the first E3, I wasn't sure in 2011 when they first announced it what the fuck it was. Was this an add-on? It looks the same color, it's the same shape. You're like, what is this? So I think, yes, having one launch title that was decent, besides what New Super Mario Bros. Was like the only good one they had, right?
Yeah.
That was exclusive. Zombie U.
Zombie U was good when it was exclusive at the time, but it's not going to move the system.
Yeah, obviously it would have helped to have something more. Because remember Super Mario Bros. Wii U, what was the next big one that came out?
Probably Super Mario 3D World, which was
another 6 months?
I don't even know when that came out, which was also a very good game, but it was still, you know, just a kind of a sort of reiteration. There was some differences of a 3DS game. Like it didn't exactly feel like a full blown Mario game.
Yeah, I brought this up in the Pat Solo podcast, the Patcast. Was again why Nintendo really is, I think, going to be more careful with the NX, and why Legend of Zelda is going to be a launch title, because they have to have a good, like, this has to go better than the Wii U. This has to succeed. This can't even be like GameCube level of success. This has to be above that.
Right.
Not saying it has to be Wii level, but it has to be a lot better than what the Wii U was. So they're going to have probably at least another good launch title for that. And yeah, you can't survive on just one decent game every 6 months on your system. You know, first party, you got to do a little bit better. And yeah, they learned their lesson, but we'll see what happens going forward. But yeah, it would have helped, obviously, as Ian said, but I think you would have ended up in the same place if it was the same amount.
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible.
You would have just had more out of the gate, but then when a game like, say, Mario Kart comes out in the beginning, the one happens 2 years in.
Right.
You don't have that big game then. Like, what are you going to slide in
You've got people selling off their systems, which is why so many people never ended up playing really good games on the Wii, like Super Mario Galaxy 2, because by then, myself included, I had looked at my Wii and said, I don't fucking need this anymore, and got rid of it before some of the great later titles for the system came out.
Sure.